Welcome to another mini investigation, people. I am doing this one extra early because it's the only time I can get it done. I don't think I'll be able to do it later on tonight at all. I can't risk it. I've been home alone for the last 15 minutes or so, and now we're going to look out at the night sky to see if we see anything odd, except tonight is not the night sky, it's the afternoon sky. The sun is still out. It's the first time we've done it during the day. I have rarely ever seen UFOs during the day, actually. I've seen two of them. And they were both weird-looking planes. The last one I saw was last year, and the one before that was a long time ago. I can't remember when that one was. So this will be interesting. It's getting towards nightfall right now. I don't know how dark it's going to be. I can't guarantee we're going to get dark night skies for this one, because normally I would prefer that. And if this was during the winter time, like in March or before, we would be at nighttime right now, because it gets dark much earlier during that time of year than it does around now in May. But I've seen a ton of UFOs this month already. Two of them weren't flashers, the rest were, which is weird. So let's look at the sky. See if we see anything out of the ordinary. Something I haven't done. A commentated one. Now it's very, very bright out now. Extremely bright. And I don't notice anything out of the ordinary myself. I want just the hand strap on the camera so it's more comfortable and I have more control. It doesn't slip off. Yeah, it's not very dark out. It's very bright. And if I see something I'm not sure, I will notice it in this camera because it's so bright and the camera amplifies light a lot. But I'll do it just for the hell of it. We might not get any results in this mini investigation. I hate to say it because of the brightness problem. But I'm doing it anyway because I feel like it. And let's start the next part of it now. It's about 8 at night. It's pretty bright out there. There's not much out there that I can see. It's much brighter in the camera than it is when I look out the window normally without the camera viewfinder. Trying to see if I see anything out of the ordinary. I don't notice anything right now. So, what are we going to do for our first topic? Well, our state has had 2 UFO reports this month already. Massachusetts. And the first one is pretty mundane. This guy is looking out his window and sees 2 glowing orangey lights go by while he's in his bedroom. Not sure what they are. He freaks out. He wakes up his girlfriend and they're too far away. And he can't see them again. And it doesn't seem like much of a UFO report. I mean, these could be anything. These could be Chinese lanterns. These could be a lot of other different things that are very mundane. These aren't necessarily UFOs, and they didn't behave like something out of the ordinary. They didn't move in an erratic way. They didn't appear or disappear. They didn't change color or shape. I don't really consider these UFOs. I think he just saw maybe just Chinese lanterns, or maybe he saw a plane in weird conditions or something like that. I don't think this was really a UFO, but the second report is a lot more interesting. This was in Nantucket. Some guy is riding a boat from Nantucket to Cape Cod or vice versa. I'm not sure which way, he didn't even say. And he sees what looks like airplane lights hovering over the water, red and white, I believe, blinking. Then all of a sudden, the airplane or whatever it is jumps straight up several thousand feet in a split second. Just zips up really quickly. And immediately he knows it's not an airplane, because at first he thought this was an airplane, but it wasn't because of the way it did it. And then it falls down into the water almost as quick, falls down to the water, then jumps up out of the water and flies over him really quickly too. Now that is a much more interesting UFO report, because that one is moving erratically, like crazy. It's moving so weirdly. It's probably one of the weirder ones I've read online. And in our state, that's like just odd. I have myself seen weird things, but not things that do stuff like that, because those kinds of UFOs are incredibly rare, and like you have to be very lucky to see them. And I have never seen one like that. But I have seen ones that appear and disappear, and I have seen ones that change color and shape. Rarely. I have seen them. Now, another thing to go into is my reports of UFOs this month, because I've seen a lot more than these people have. 2 reports by other people. I've at least seen 5 this month alone, and I've been looking from May 15th and later. I've been looking in the night sky, because I couldn't do it beforehand because of another reason, which is to do with videos I record of video games. I was just too busy doing that. So around May 15th, I started looking at the night sky. I saw 2 weird blinking flashes of light that occurred too far apart to be anything moving, and I never saw them again that night. The next night, I see a big weird green flash of light, okay? I also see what looks like a car driving down the street, but at first I thought it was a UFO because it looked like it was hovering, but that's an illusion caused by the bush outside. It makes the street look higher than it is, because it's actually the bush, but you assume it's a street because it's nighttime. And you can't really see it's the bush there at all. So it looked like it was hovering over the ground, but I was only seeing the top half of the street, hovering over the bottom of the bush, but still, the top half of the car, hovering over the bottom of the bush, but still driving along street level. I checked the height of it and it looked like it was a car. But still, the green flash of light that night was really, really weird. The next report is one of the weirder ones, and these next 2 are just strange. I'm looking at the night sky, a car is driving by, I'm not really paying attention to it, and I see these 2 white lights hovering in front of a tree, appearing, getting bigger and bigger, and then disappearing, and then before they disappeared, another light popped up in front of it, and at that point they all became red, and then they vanished. At first I thought this was a car's taillight reflection, but on further inspection this can't be, because the car's taillights will be moving further and further away, not closer and closer like it was. These were getting bigger, not smaller. And they couldn't be the car headlights, because there's no light on top of the car's headlights, and I saw that. I compared the car's headlights to what I was seeing in this, and yes, this probably could be a reflection of another car that drove by, but I didn't see one. So it was just weird, but the next one is even weirder. Next night, I didn't see a thing, and the night before that, I didn't see a thing either. The night before the previous encounter, the one with the cars, I thought was the car's taillights. So I'm skipping a few nights where I didn't see anything. The next night, I'm looking out there, and I notice, after looking at my footage, what looks like a glowing white light hovering over the end of our street. Now, this is a very small light, so I didn't pick it up on the camera viewfinder while I was looking. But it was weird because it was flickering very brightly, and it was changing color, and it was also moving right and left. Weirdly. And it moved right and left, very, very small increments. You could barely tell it was moving right and left. So At first I thought this was just a bright area in the ground. I filmed the same area few hours later, early in the morning the next day, and I did not see it this time. It was not there. It disappeared totally in a few hours. And I saw this thing for several minutes. I had filmed it for 2 minutes. And within a few hours later on, it was no sign of it at all. And it was no sign of it whatsoever. And it wasn't moving. And I've never seen anything like that before in my previous footage videos. I've never seen a light like that behave like that. It changed color too. It went from white to green, green to blue, and then to red in a few seconds as well. It did change color. It didn't change shape, but it moved, and it disappeared later on. So definitely consider that a UFO. What I've been seeing is very, very strange, I gotta say. Okay, we're back for another watch. Did you see that? I think I caught another UFO on tape there. Wait. Let's double check on this. I think that's just a reflection. Never mind. It's off the top of a house. You can easily mistake those for UFOs around here, unfortunately. This camera is doing a great job of amplifying the light out there. Right now I can look out the window myself and I can see stuff, but not very clearly. This I can see it much clearer. The sky is much brighter, and you can tell where all the light sources are very, very easily. Okay, we're back for another watch right now. There's two light sources that shouldn't be there. I think they're just lights reflecting off cars, though. Sorry, I had focusing problems. I had to split this into two videos.